5 seconds. Start. We have been talking about catering to the poor people of this country. All parties have been talking about it. This is not a party program. This is a program of the people in which the governments have to cooperate. The people have to come forward, to be vigilant, to be able to find out what is happening, to check if there is any malpractice. It is for the villagers to show you what is happening. You cannot send a team to every village. It is not possible. So, it is also another method of waking up the feelings of the people to get their full contribution and cooperation. That is how you create an atmosphere where good administration is not only at the government level, but it has the full support from the people. This is something again that we have been trying to do for the last 40 years, but we have not been able to achieve. We only send inquiry teams. No inquiry team coming from above will ever succeed in finding out what is wrong in a small village. People would not come forward. They would not open their mouth. Nobody will give evidence. Only a trained man comes and gives wrong evidence, on this basis of which wrong conclusions are arrived at and wrong decisions are taken. So, what we are doing is to involve the people at the grassroots level in something with which they are very vitally concerned. It involves their food, it involves their next meal. Therefore, this is a very vital program according to our experience. This has to be done on the basis of every very close attention between the people and the governments, and the governments at both levels, the state and the center. The district administrations would have a very big role. The collector would have to take particular interest in these things. Unless he visits the spot, unless he satisfies himself that everything has been properly organized, I am afraid nothing would happen. So, every person engaged in this has a task to do, has a hard job to do. In the first 1 or 2 years, this going to be quite difficult. We cannot give up. We cannot throw up our hands and say we cannot do it. We will have to do it because we owe it to our people. I am sure that discussions will be frank. Sir, it will be a great relief to pensioners if the government permitted them to retain the government accommodation occupied by them for the rest of life on payment of usual rent and charges. Pension is rightly regarded as deferred pay, which a pensioner earns while in active service and draws during his passive service. After rendering a long and efficient active service, a person on retirement inherits all the rights and obligations vested in him as government employee. He continues to be governed by conduct rules and other service rules and regulations. Therefore, in all fairness, the government must in turn accord due recognition to his rights, including the right to retain the allotted accommodation for the rest of life, and to that and amend the allotment rules suitably. The government must see to it that retired employees are not deprived of the government accommodation at the back end of life when they need it most. Yours faithfully.